So, as you know, what we did was yesterday was we learnt about the formation of soil, how it is formed, and how it is useful to the living organisms on the earth. And today we are going to study about types of soil. They are alluvial soil, black soil, third red and yellow soil, fourth is desert soil, and fifth is mountainous soil. Till here we did. So these are the 5 different types of soils we find in our country. And now next what we are going to learn is where these soils are found and how is their texture, what are the components, how they are formed, and what types of crops are grown in these soils. So different types of soils found in our country are 5. They are alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soil, desert soil, mountainous soil. So now we are going to see where we find the alluvial soil. What is alluvial soil? Alluvial soil is a mixture of silt and sand. Silt plus sand together we call alluvial soil. Okay. What is silt then? Silt is very smooth soil. Okay. We all know on the top of India we have Himalayan mountains and many important rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra and so many other rivers are originated in the glaciers of the Himalayas, and after that they flow down from the mountains towards the land. See, this way they flow down and reach the plain. What happens when they flow from the mountains or on the slopes of the mountains, their speed is more, and when they reach the plain, their speed decreases. Speed of the flow of the river decreases, becomes slow. Then what happens? While flowing, they carry this silt with them. Very smooth soil. And as the speed of the flow of the rivers becomes slow, that silt will be deposited on the plains. That silt will be deposited on the plains. Along the river banks, I can say. So, silt and very smooth quality, like our Bombay river, not sand which you find near the construction sites or on the sea beach, not like that. Very smooth kind of soil. Sand is mixed with silt. Silt is very smooth soil. So, alluvial soil is the mixture of silt and sand. What happens? They mix together, and while flowing, when they reach the plain, this mixture or alluvial soil is deposited on the plains along the river banks. And this soil is very fertile. Very fertile means very good. It has all nutritive values required for the growth of plants. So, almost all types of crops are grown in this soil. and it is found in the northern plains of our country, at the bottom of the Himalayan mountains, we can say. At the bottom of the Himalayan mountains. Okay. So, and in some river valleys also. So, in India, where do you find generally? Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Bihar, West Bengal. These are the places where you find this alluvial soil. Apart from them, if you come towards the south, some important rivers flow towards the east of our country, like Krishna, Godavari, Tungabhadra, Kaveri, Mahanadi. They form deltas along the sea coast. Delta is the mouth of the river where river joins the sea. As I said, where the speed of the river becomes slow, that's why there also at the mouth of the river also this alluvial soil is deposited, making that particular place fertile. So these places are very, very, very fertile and very good for growing crops. And in this alluvial soil, almost all types of crops are grown, like rice, wheat, sugarcane, cotton, pulses, fruits, vegetables, jute, etc. Almost all crops grow in this soil. Next, coming to black soil. Second is black soil. This black soil is found in the central part of India. Understand? In the plateau region. See, this is the southern part of India. Here it is Gujarat, some parts. This is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, and in this way. This part is the plateau region. Here you find black soil. Mostly in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Andhra Pradesh and some other places. This soil is made of lava of the volcanoes. Lava, when volcanoes, when volcanoes erupt, burst out, this lava is thrown out from the volcano. Understand? If it is the mountain here, from here, this wall, it will flow down. Nothing but liquid rocks, I can say. Understand? It is red in color. Manta untundi anukondi. Fire type. Very hot when it comes out. And it flows along the plain, flat land. And it takes so many years to solidify, become solid. And it forms igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are formed because of this lava. And black soil is formed by the breaking up of this igneous soil rocks. Understand? They are very smooth kind of soil. And the powdery part of this rocks, igneous rock, is black in color. So we call it black soil. And this black soil is very sticky, I can say. And it retains moisture for the longer time. Hot and dry climate area you find this, and it retains moisture. We cannot find this type of soil in cool areas. And it retains moisture for a long time. This type of weather and soil is suitable for growing cotton. This type of soil is suitable for growing cotton. This black soil is also called rigor soil. Understand? It is formed by breaking of the igneous rock, and it is black in color. So it is also known as black cotton soil. We can call it even black cotton soil also. And this soil is very fertile for the growth of cotton. It is very fertile for the growth of cotton. Next comes, along with cotton, sugarcane is also grown in this type of soil because sugarcane needs lot of water for its growth. Okay. Next comes red and yellow soil. Red and yellow soil. This red and yellow soil is coarse in nature. Coarse soil means it is not as smooth as black soil and alluvial soil. It is sandy little bit. Red in color and sandy. Understand? It is not even as fertile as black soil and alluvial soil. First, the most fertile soil is alluvial, then black. This red soil is not so fertile. It is also found mostly in the dry areas of the Deccan Plateau region. Understand? Here, millets, oil seeds, tobacco are grown. In this type of soil, tobacco, oil seeds, millets are generally grown. And this is a soil, red and yellow soil. It is coarse in nature. We call it crystalline soil. Means it is in the form of crystals, not very smooth like powder. Understand? It has saline. It is saline means having salty quality. Understand? And so this soil is found mostly in northern part of Karnataka, some parts of Maharashtra, some parts of Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa. Okay. Next comes desert soil. Desert soil is nothing but sand. Desert soil is nothing but sand. Understand? Completely coarse it is. Like mana doddu rava laga untundi mottam. Understand? This soil is found in western part of Rajasthan in our country. Western part of Rajasthan. So it is called Western Desert. We studied in our physical divisions. Desert it is. Full of sand. It is very loose. If you hold in your hand, fist also, it will drop down very much. This is not good for any type of crops. And this area where there is sand, it is very hot place. Rainfall is very less here. That's why we cannot expect any good amount of crop production here. Understand? Only why? Because one more thing is here water will just go in, sink, but the sand does not retain moisture. Sand ఎప్పుడు వెట్ ఉండదు, తడిగా ఉండదే ఉండదు. ఇలా నీళ్ళు పడిపోతే కూడా వెంటనే ఆరిపోతుంది. So that no crops grow here. And nowadays using the water of the reservoirs stored during floods and all, in India one very big canal is built, Indira Gandhi canal, and using the water of that canal plus using artificial fertilizers, the land here is made fertile and wheat and some millets are grown here now. Otherwise, we do not find any kind of crop production here. Then next comes mountainous soil. This mountainous soil is found on the slopes of the mountains and in the valleys. Valleys are the land between two mountains. So, mountainous soil. Mountainous soil is found on the slopes of the mountains, children. Understand? It is also little coarse. This soil is very good for growing important trees like sal, willow, shisham, mahogany, etc., which are used for building purposes, construction purposes, and making furniture. And in the valley you find silty soil, which is like alluvial soil. There they grow some crops. Understand? And this mountainous soil is also good for the growth of fruits. So in Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh, you find fruit growth. Apples are grown in plenty. Okay. And in the valleys, they grow other food grains, bamboo trees, etc. And now what they did is, these slopes of the mountain are cut into terrace, formed terrace, and terrace farming is started over there. And what do they grow generally? Tea and coffee. In south, coffee in Tamil Nadu and Kerala and some parts of Karnataka. Whereas in the eastern part of our country, which is hilly, small 7 states are there, there they grow tea in plenty. Assam especially, famous for the growth of tea. Darjeeling of West Bengal, Assam, these places. So in this way, mountainous soil also supports the kind of crop production, but desert soil not. These are the 5 types of soil, and you know, more than this, in our country we have a large variety of soil. Most of the countries do not get so many types of soil varieties. Understand? And even these soils are made more fertile by adding manures and chemical fertilizers. And that is how. What is manure? It is a decomposed waste material like food, animals waste, etc. Grass together. That is very good for the growth of crops. Same way, they use chemical fertilizers to enhance or to increase the fertility of the land, and that is how crop production in India is increased in modern time. These are the different types of soil. Next I am going to teach you crop production. What are the different crops grown in India and in which states which crops are grown, and which state is the largest producer of rice, wheat, sugarcane, etc., tea. All these things we are going to study tomorrow. So we stop here. Thank you, children.